Happy Wednesday, everybody. How's everybody doing this week? I hope everybody's doing well, and for those of us that celebrated Labor Day, I hope y'all had a bonus day off or got to enjoy the day. I am coming to you right now to do my follow-up to the doll show video. And the first thing I'm going to do actually is go through, I have this little stack of cards here. For those of you that have seen my doll show video, thank you for watching. And those who haven't, the video before this is actually a photo montage from the doll show. And what happened was I had, for those of you who did not read the description, I had taken videos with this little flip camera on Saturday. But they were quite shaky and they weren't really good, and so I didn't realize that. I put them all on my computer. I threaded them all together on in iMovie, and I started watching them, and they were terrible. So then I thought, you know what, why don't I use my phone tomorrow? Because I cannot pause with this camera, and of course I was pushing Zolani in the pram, and so there was just, and I did take quite a few. Like I would video a booth and then stop and go to the next one or do one or two tables, but it was just very shaky. And so then I thought, you know what, let me do it with my phone. And so I don't really take videos with my phone very often. And so I thought, well, let me in the room just try. I'll start the video and pause it. Well, unfortunately, I have an iPhone. I believe it's a 6. It does not have the pause feature. So and I thought, oh, to start and stop, I'm just going to do a photo montage. And I'm really happy I decided to do that, because later somebody was telling, when I told them my videos didn't turn out, they did it on their phone. And the cell service in that room would go in and out. So they said their video was not good. It kind of went in and out. And it's true, because some of the people were having a hard time with their credit card readers and stuff. So I'm happy I did it the way I did. But I was unable to get photographs of every single table and booth. I did my best, and what I would do is when I would get to a booth or table, the first thing I did was photograph either their business card or their banner. I had taken cards from everybody the day before, and then I paired them up. So then I actually photographed the front and the front and back of their business cards. Some cards have no information on the back, so I did not obviously take a picture of a plain back. So that way, if you're interested in anything, you can see their information. Is the business card is the lead up to their work. So if you see a business card, the work that's coming till the next business card belongs with that one. I hope that makes sense. And then there were several photos, maybe 6 or 7 at the end, where I did not know who to give credit to, because that person did not have a card that I found, that I saw on Sunday, and they didn't have a banner for me to photograph to link it to anybody. But I certainly wanted to share their work. But these are the cards that I had left over that I had no photos to match. So I want to show them. Now this person, this is Ruth Ingram. She's a YouTuber and author. I met her in the lobby. She was not a vendor, but she is on Twitter, Instagram. She has a doll vlog channel, Aunt Moose Vlogs. So that's her. I'm going to go through these cards, and then I will share my thoughts. This is Mimi Baby's Garden. I'm trying to see if she has... Oh, she has an email on there. Her name is... I guess you could probably find her on Facebook, Mimi Baby Garden. This is Sweet Pumpkin. Oh, Pumpkins, Punkins, Michelle Hagens. And she is Where the Sweetness of Babies is Reborn. Where the Sweetness of Babies is Reborn. Where the Sweetness of Babies is Reborn. Yeah, I can read, ladies. Been one of those days trying to catch up on everything. This is Doll Maker's Delight. Beautiful dolls, doll clothing, classes, and patterns. They're on YouTube, Etsy, Doll Maker's Delight. This is Lil, L-I-L, apostrophe, Sugars by Joe on Facebook. Lil Sugars by Joe on Facebook. This is Pixie Mountain Creations. Yep, she's on Facebook, Etsy, and eBay. Sorry, my thumb was covering that information. And then this lady actually had some stuff. I believe it was on that lady's table, on Lori Duncan. There was a lady who handed me, I thought this was such a beautiful card. It says, Under the Willow Tree, and that's her name. She makes micro preemie and preemie clothing. Under the Willow Tree. She's on Etsy. Find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. I have to look her up. Under the Willow Tree. This is M&D Crafts. Handmade craft items. Anna Moore. Rosie's Baby Patch. You see how this is not super sharp, and this was the problem on Saturday too. I showed every business card, and they weren't very legible, so that's why I'm reading them to you now. Rosie's Baby Patch. And this is Ico. They were selling eyes there. And this is Aunt Nee Nursery. AUNTNEE. And she's on Facebook. Aunt Nee Nursery. Reborn babies. So those are the cards I had left. So I wanted to make sure I shared those today. I want to chat a little bit about, there's Zolani recovering from her big journey to Kansas with her new little friend. I haven't named him yet. I'm pondering his name. But it was so lovely to see so many wonderful people. The first day, we got there actually on Thursday, and then we just relaxed that night, and then Friday was my class, so we're going to start there. These are the things I got in class. I got this. This is one of those lights you can put in the head. Let me put y'all up on the tripod right here so I can show things a little easier. So I have it still in bubble wrap. So this you squeeze in. I believe these are sold for like, oh, what are those called? You know, I have them upstairs. Those Himalayan salt lamps. I don't want to get it in there right now. So that just goes in there to heat up the head. I actually got one. Mine has a dial. Some of the other ladies just had an on and off switch, and I'm really happy mine had the dial. I liked that. So that was my first time using one of these. I'll be honest, I got nervous a couple times because the head can get really hot. But again, like I said, I liked having that dial down feature. But you know, you can melt the vinyl if this would touch the vinyl. So you have to be really, really careful. So if you get one, use caution. And then, remember I said I did not know what this was. It ends up, it's a little bag to hold the supplies. I'm trying to open it carefully because my last piece of hair my hair that I was working with is loose in there. So see, it held all the things that she gave us. This marking pen, a pair of tweezers, a spray bottle, a pair of scissors, an eyelash brush comb combo, and then some rooting needles. So that all fit in there very nicely. So those were some of the supplies we got. And then if you can, I don't know, let me see if y'all can still see Michaela, kind of. So here's Michaela's head, and this is the rooting pillow she brought for us, which adjusts over here. You just untie the ribbon and, you know, retie it at the, it just opens like that. And then it looks like it was a sock, I'll be honest. Clever idea. And then you can adjust according to the size baby that you're working on. So that was our rooting pillow. And then if you saw my other video, there was a little heart laying on the rooting pillow. She had us write our name on there and then turn it around so as she was in front of us and wanted to talk to us, she could address us by our name, which was really nice. And then we also got a honeybug pacifier, and I was super excited that I got the sage green one because I don't have that one, and where I order from doesn't have these yet, so I was really super excited to get the sage green one. And these came from, well, they came from, well, it's, yeah, she's in, Albie is from South Africa, so she brought them with her. So a little bit about the class. This is my Michaela head. As you can see, she does not have a ton of hair on her yet. It was so lovely to see some people who I've met before. I actually sat between Marita Winters and Elisabetta, I think it's Minari. And so I was, you know, in great company. And then on the other side of Marita was Carmen McNair. I used to get bodies from her. So I had not met Elisabetta before, but I had met Albie before, and Marita and Carmen. Those were the only 3 ladies in my class that I had met before. So it was nice seeing people I knew and then meeting new people. I met a lovely lady in the class named Manda. She's a new reborn artist, and we actually got to talk quite a bit after class, so she was lovely. And then, but as you can see, you know, the class went from 9 until 4. The beginning of the class, she kind of covered the basics of rooting, and then we took quite a while mapping. I learned some great different mapping ideas that she shared in our tutorial. There's lots of photos of mapping. I'm not going to show the tutorial on here because obviously Albie, you know, sells her class with this. And, you know, I don't want to take away from her. I don't know. I should have asked her if she sells this separate because I don't want to, you know, disclose something she makes money off of. But the few tips I did learn, she actually taught us to root. Let me see if y'all can see this. With the needle going this way. And it was very uncomfortable. I really wanted to bring out my rooting pillow. She gave us those little rubber covered needles, and she said she roots without a rooting tool, but bring one in case you want to use one. I took my whole rooting basket, which isn't big. That makes it sound huge, and I really was tempted to bring out my rooting tool, but Marita Winters had some great wisdom for me. She shared she had taken a class years ago, a sculpting class, and just did her normal thing in the class, and she said she learned from that. Anytime you take a class, she said, while you're in the class, do exactly what they're telling you to do. Because even if you go home and do your normal, you might pick up a tip or two that enhances what you're already doing. So I took that to heart. I did come back after lunch and switch over to my rooting pillow, but I did root the way that Albie wanted us to, and you know, followed her instruction and used, you know, spaced my hair more apart than I normally do. And she said, you know, the two tips are spacing it and cutting it shorter, which I knew that, ladies. I've said that before. I need to get better at cutting it shorter. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish this baby, you know, sparsely rooted. I'm going to do my best. But she was very pleased with my work. She said I was doing a great job. So I was really happy with that. And then after class, I went upstairs to my room to rest for a little bit. And then I came back down to the lobby, and that's when I met this Ruth Ingram. And then there were other reborn mommies down there that we were all talking. And then there was actually two ladies that came over, and they were there on business. And she said, I have some questions, but I think they're rude. I said, no question. I won't take any offense to anything you ask. And her first question was, she wanted to know why I had an ethnic baby. And I told her why, and turns out her daughter is biracial. Her husband is black. And so I ended up, they talked, we were there about 20, 25 minutes. They were asking all kinds of questions, like, why do people collect these? I invited them to the show, but they were in town for business, and they were actually had a 4 a.m. flight, so they were not going to be able to attend the show. But I did answer. They said, after they talked to me, they said, wow, we're so happy we talked to you, and the woman was interested in possibly getting a doll of her daughter, because she said, you know, I took my daughter to American Girl last year, and there aren't dolls that look like her. And I directed her where to look. I said, I don't do custom work, but there are many artists that do. And I told her, you know, go on Facebook, Google. I gave her all kinds of information. So that was wonderful. And then I went back to my room and relaxed. My husband did go with me. My husband used to live in that area, so he got to spend both Friday and Saturday catching up with some friends that he hasn't seen for a while. And then I went to the show on Saturday. It was so wonderful, ladies. It's a very well done show. Jenny Raymond, who organized it with her husband Scott and family. First of all, the family was so supportive. They did an amazing job. I mean, everywhere. I constantly would hear Scott stopping by different tables and booths. Y'all need anything? Is everybody okay? Very courteous hosts. And as I said, I posted on the Kansas Doll Show page a link to this video and, you know, gave props to them. And I said, I'm sure there are things that went on behind the scenes that didn't go according to plan. But as a customer, it was flawless. I mean, they did an amazing job orchestrating this event. And I'm happy to say they've already announced they'll be having it again next year in September. There was a little bit of discussion on the page about the timing and stuff, but they are going to do it again September. I don't know the exact date yet. I'm really hoping it's at the same venue. One thing I was happy about, there was no like congestion at the elevators. That happened the year I went to the Rose Doll show in Colorado, that you'd have to sometimes wait in a line for the elevator. This hotel actually had wings. It had a north wing and a south wing. So we ended up being on the top floor, which was the 5th floor, all the way at the end of the hallway, tucked in the corner. So we had quite a large room. It was really wonderful. Because I like to have time to go regroup and just, you know, get my bearings back, so to speak, after being in a crowd. So it was really, really nice. And now I have been to, I don't want to say I've been to IDTS, because that first year I went to the North Carolina Doll Show. The Melman family, who originally ran Rose, they ran it. This show was a tad bigger than that one, I would say. And then I went to Rose the year it was in Colorado. I have not been to it in Utah. I loved the size of this show. It was not overwhelming. It was very comfortable. You felt like you had time to chat at each booth that you were interested in chatting at, because you didn't feel like, if I don't hurry, I'm not going to see everything. And I know big shows are great too. They both have their pros and cons. Big shows draw more bigger name sculptors and artists and stuff, and a lot bigger crowd and stuff. But I really, really loved the size of this show. And they did open at 8:30 for early birds. I did not have an early bird ticket. So I went down about 8:30 to buy my ticket, and then I was the first in line to go in at 9 o'clock. So I stood there and talked with Scott for a while, and some other gentleman who was also a family member. He was like the security guy, you know, checking to make sure you and your babies had bracelets and stuff. So, and then the first booth was, to my left, was Kymberlee Dolls, which I was really excited to see, but her booth was very, very crowded. So I went first to Irresistibles. Esther and Lorenzo are amazing. I've seen them at every show I've been to, and they're always so sweet. So I ended up getting 2 kits at first, but then later I saw a baby that was painted. But I will tell you, I went through every single bit. Like, they had these cardboard box. I don't know how to explain them. If you saw the photo, you'll know what I'm talking about. I went through every single kit. And then I saw a doll on the showroom floor that I loved the kit. And I looked at the tag. I'm like, I saw that in Irresistible. So I went back and bought that kit. I do not have my kits laying here right now. I purchased a total of 8 kits. I went back and forth about showing some and which ones do I show. I've decided for now they are all already packed away. When I get a new kit, I wrap each piece in tissue paper and put them in a Ziploc bag, label the outside, and I put them on my kit shelves. And I went ahead and did that yesterday, because I've decided for now they are all going to remain Peaceful Babies, only because I have so many kits with lists right now. Doesn't mean at some point I won't add some to my website, but at this point I'm just leaving them. I will say I got a couple of Marita Winter kits from her booth. I got some Phil Donnelly. I've never painted any of her kits. I got some Phil Donnelly kits, Krista Gotson, and who else? There's more. Cassie Brace. So anyway, I'm really excited. I got some great kits. Please don't ask me, did you get this, did you get that? Because I'm not at this point taking names for any of those kits. But I'm really happy with what I got. I believe I got 3 awake and 5 asleep. If memory serves me correctly. And how fun that I got 8. When I went back on Sunday, my husband went with me to Irresistibles, and they were having a special, buy 2 get 1 free, buy 3 get 2 free. So he got me some kits, which was very, very sweet of him. So I ended up getting 3 from them on Saturday and 3 on Sunday, and then 2 from Marita Winters. But back to Saturday. So I'm going to start showing you what I got. I did pick up this lovely, it doesn't rattle, but it's a frog head on a stick, and then there's a little, you know, round at the bottom. It's a stuffed animal. Somebody cut the body off, I think, and just put it on a stick. Isn't he adorable? He says. So he might go in with Malachi. I mean, he seems to be the frog hoarder. I don't know. I might have to start spreading my frogs around the nursery. And then Emily Jameson, I have met her before at both other shows that I had attended. Very, very sweet lady. No, was she at North Carolina? I'm not 100% sure on that, but she was at Rose. I got this little, I believe it's Petite. Is it Petite on me? No. No, this is Strasbourg. It says it's preemie. It's a white smocked. Everything's white. Little boy romper. It has a proper collar. But it is pinstriped, but it's all white. So it's kind of like a shiny white and a not shiny white, I guess, a matte white. But then across the bodice, there is a smocked area, all in white. Down the back, buttons down the back, 3 buttons. I just thought that was adorable. That's for a going home baby. And then I got this vintage bib from her. It's crocheted with thread. It is really an interesting shape. It is kind of in a long, like a rectangle, I guess. But the thread is a cream color, and then it's trimmed in pink. And then it ties in the back with a pink ribbon. I just thought that was super sweet. And then I got to meet Julia from All for Reborns. And her mom are so, so sweet. Her mom does sewing, and I was super excited. Vera Bradley used to make baby clothes, and she no longer does. And the Tutti Frutti, which is what this fabric is, was my favorite. And when before she stopped, I had bought some sets of it, so I still have some sets over there. But Julia's mom, hi, I'm sorry, I forget your name. She did tell me her name, but I had bought this one on Saturday, and she said she had another one, that she had made another. And then on Sunday, I went back, and it was there. And she thought she had sold it, but there it was. So I bought both of those. They're both the Tutti Frutti fabric. This one, so this fabric is a little lighter than a grass green, I guess. And then it has rows and rows of little flowers in hot pink and blue, well, turquoise, I guess, and yellow and white. And then she sewed on the back a beautifully super soft pink flannel. And then the other one is the paisley print in those colors, the hot pink, the turquoise, the yellows, the greens, just this beautiful paisley print. And she backed that with a maybe this is fleece. Is this one? No, this one's flannel. This is fleece. It's a hot pink fleece. So those I can pair up with those outfits. And then I got this. I had seen this on the Kansas Doll Show page. These little faces. They're like, I don't know what that fabric is. Some kind of satin. A little round face. The back fabric is sunflowers, but then it has tags like a taggy would. What does this one says? It says, live well, and this one's polka dot and sunflower, but she's got an expression on her face, like she's surprised. And I was super excited because I saw them, like, I gotta get one of those. So I love that. Those were from Julia's booth. Again, so sweet. And it was so funny because, you know, I didn't say I'm Kymberlee of Kymberlee's Cocoon. I don't know. And y'all don't know what I look like. And I had Zolani with me, and Zolani has not been in a lot of my videos. But when I threw up a photo on Instagram, on the first day I crocheted her a baby Glinda outfit. And I posted that on Instagram. So on Sunday when I went to her table, she's like, I did not know you were Kymberlee of Kymberlee's Cocoon. And it didn't dawn on me that people would not recognize me with Zolani because she's very, very rarely been in a video. I showed her when I first got her and maybe in a couple other videos, like when I went to the Chicago Doll Show. But she sits out where I paint. So that didn't even cross my mind. I had considered taking Saffron and Sapphira, but they had a rule you could only bring one personal baby onto the showroom floor a day, and I wasn't going to separate them. These I got from Albie's booth. These are Narchi clothes. Anyway, hi Julia and hi Mom. So anyway, she said, those brushes you made were so cool. The hair brushes I made. So it was really lovely. You know, now she has a face to my name, and of course I've seen her on her videos. So we had a lovely chat. These are from Albie's booth. As I said, Albie taught my rooting class. She came from South Africa. These are baby Narchi clothes. I have used Narchi for a long time. As a nanny, I used to order their clothes. The first Narchi store I had been in was in California, and I was super excited and stocked up for the children I was nannying at the time. And I have loved their clothes for a long time. I did ask Albie, has she ever eaten Narchi? Narchi is actually a fruit in South Africa. And she's like, I think she was like, oh, you knew. But anyway, she's like, yes, they're everywhere. So I bought some of these. I was super excited. So this is a little boy's outfit. I'm going to leave them in the plastic because, again, these are going home clothes. It is a newborn size, and the t-shirt is an aqua color and a navy color stripe. They're about a 1/4 inch stripe each. And then there's a little denim working pocket on the left side of the chest, and then it comes with little blue jeans that have at the waistband, it's gray, but the denim matches the pocket. I got that. And then this set is a newborn also. This is a girl's set. It is long sleeved, yes. So it has a white button-down long sleeve shirt, and the buttons are all different. The top one is pink, the middle one is green, but it has like dots going around it, and then the bottom one is gray with white polka dots. And then it has 2 working pockets, and on the right side of the baby coming out of the pocket is an embroidered flower, and in the center, and it's all green. The stem is green, the petals are green, the center of the flower is green, and inside they've embroidered in pink baby Narchi. And then there's little lavender and pink dots, and they kind of go up toward the shoulder. The shoulders do have a ruffle cap in the white, and then the pants are they match. They're white, but they have a hot pink and a gray, like dots and leaves, and really cute. And they come with matching booties. And at the bottom, near the ankle, about an inch up, there is a row of lace. And then there's little matching booties that have baby Narchi embroidered on them. And then the third outfit is a short outfit, also newborn girl. It has a little swing top in pale blue that has shoes on the front. Little Mary Jane shoes just drawn on in gray. And then there's a little embroidered purple along the buckle. And then there's a, I guess, hot pink. I don't know what color that is. Kind of a funky orangey pink color bow. I got to fix that one because I don't like that the bag is pressing that up. Bow. And I'll get my passies out while I'm in here, ladies. On the shoe, there's actual, little ribbon bows, and then that's on the waist of the shorts. And the shorts are, well, let's finish the shirt because the shirt is funny. It's long sleeved with shorts. And then the sleeves have the ruffle on that match the shorts, which are blue with little white flowers. Also has working pockets on the shorts on the sides, and a little baby Narchi. I love their clothes. And then I did pick up 5 more honey bugs from Albie. She had another sage one in her basket. And then I got a cream color, a pale pink, and then 2 of this like dusty rose color. So they did not have magnets, but I have the magnets, so I did grab those. And that is my doll show haul, other than kits. And then, of course, my little baby. I'll bring him up so y'all can see him. Jenny Raymond had some amazing silicones. She had this 10-inch little silicones and 7-inch. There are photos of the boys, the little 7-inch boys, in the doll show video. Unfortunately, when I went back on Sunday, well, for her it's fortunate, the 10-inch ones were gone, so I was unable to get a photo to share with you guys, but oh my word, I told her, you need to sculpt kits. You need to pour your kits in vinyl. That woman can sculpt. So we talked a bit about that, and really, really, really sweet lady. And I met so many lovely, lovely people. Oh, Yvonne was there, of having you on. I think she's the only YouTube person I had met before. I'm trying to think. And I met Krista. Krista, I got to see a Myra's Little Bug in person, which I was super excited about. She had her little wren with her, which is a Levi that Myra painted. And oh my word, is she stunning. I was so excited. I've always admired Myra's work. And when from the time I saw her show her first baby she painted, And then, to see him in person, just, oh my word, she's so beautiful. But you can see her in the last video. But this is my little guy that I got. And there was a lady, I don't remember her name. She was selling babies, but also little miniature clothes. And she was amazing at little clothes. So I was super excited because she had this cute little frog set. And I went back over there to buy him something, and she didn't have anything to fit him. She had one little onesie she was working on, and we tried it on him, and lengthwise was perfect, but it was a little too wide. But she said, I have more of that frog fabric, so she's going to make something. I sent her a message. But in undressing him, I realized he had a number on him, so he's number 49 of 300. So I did have Jenny sign him, and I said, does he happen to have a COA? She's like, you didn't get one? So I now have his, it's the size of a business card because he's tiny. But I love that he just fits so perfectly in Zolani's hand. So what I did, because I bought him on Saturday, and since I was only allowed one personal baby, I had him wrapped up in my bag because I wanted to get him signed. And, I had a receipt showing I paid for him. So once she signed him, I put him in her hand. Oh, I still have to take off. She still has her. They had to wear a bracelet around their wrist or ankle, and I couldn't let it mess up her outfit. So it's been hiding on her thigh. I got to remember to clip that off. So there she is recovering. She was a big hit. That's the unfortunate thing in not being able to share my video footage from Saturday. So many people took her photo. I got to meet Yolanda Glover, y'all. Oh, I was so excited to meet her. She came on Sunday, and Zolani was Yogi approved. It was so lovely to meet her. Her sister was with her, and that was super exciting for me because I have followed her for years, and it was so wonderful. She had a baby on her, she's wearing a baby in a baby carrier, and she took her out so I could see her, and I couldn't place the kit. And she said she's Elise by Cassie Brace. Well, for me, when I look at the Elise kit, the first thing I see is the mouth. But I didn't on her, and I couldn't figure out why I didn't. She cut her eyes open. She had eyes. She has an Elise with eyes. And so that, as soon as she said that, I looked at the mouth. I'm like, this is Elise. So that was beautiful to see. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, my word. And the eyes she put on her were stunning. And then Camille, I believe, is her name. And then her sister had Tamar with her, which is her... Oh, I'm going to get the kit wrong. Is it Tate? I believe it's... Oh, I don't want to quote. Anyway, her Tamar, for those of you who follow her. So that was so fun to meet them. And I'm trying... Oh, and then Krista, who had Myra's baby. Oh, so lovely. Hi, Krista. Her and her granddaughter. Her granddaughter was so patient because we chatted for a long time. More on Saturday. Sunday quite briefly, but Saturday she and I wedged ourselves over in a corner. We had to keep moving because we were in front of a booth and didn't want to be. But we really had a lovely conversation, and so sweet. I just really enjoyed myself. Again, I got to see the Melmans. Y'all know Letha Melman painted my Genevieve, and it was actually her birthday on Sunday, as was Elizabeth. Her birthday was also Sunday, so we all sang happy birthday to them. But I got to see Letha and her sister-in-law Sarah, and then several of their daughters were with. I called it Melman Lane because it was a whole row of tables that was all Melmans. Letha was on one end, Sarah on the other, and then sandwiched between them where their daughters work. It was really beautiful. So yeah, it was just really fun. The contest was fun. I had wanted to participate in the contest, but just hadn't gotten around to painting a baby, and finally told myself, let it go. If they do it next year and have a contest, participate then. So, but it was really fun. Y'all can see that in my last video as well, all the photos of the contest babies. They did have a baby shower and bingo. Both of those events were held on Saturday. The baby shower was shortly after the doll show ended, and then later in the evening was bingo. I did not participate. The baby shower tickets sold out very quickly. Last year when I saw this go up and I knew the location, I actually booked my hotel room back. I think it was August of last year. But I wasn't 100% sure. Y'all know we kind of are nomads over here. And so by the time I was 100% sure the tickets were sold out, But I did go, sit in the lobby, like I said, on Thursday night and talk for quite a while with some of the ladies before the baby shower began. But it looks like they had a really good time. And then they also did a stroller run on Sunday, which I did participate in. You did not have to have a stroller, and there was no running involved. You paid an entry fee, and you were handed an envelope with a playing card inside of it. And then there were 4 booths marked with a helium star-shaped balloon. And so you would, when you got to those booths, you would ask, they would fan out their cards and you would pick one. So whoever had the best poker hand won. And I had, I believe it was a 5 of spades. I had 2 10s, a 10 of diamonds and a 10 of clubs. And then I had a jack and queen of hearts. So my best was the pair. So I, of course, did not win. But the prize did have one of these little guys in it. He was dark-haired. It was a whole prize basket. It had a gift card, all kinds of lovely prizes. So, and if you saw the photos, she had her babies resting on these like beanbag chairs. One of those was in there as well. But it was really, really, really fun. My husband enjoyed walking around on Sunday. He got to meet some of the ladies that, I've talked to him about. And, yeah, it was just a really, really lovely, lovely doll show. And I'm really happy that they're going to be having it again next year. And it was a lot of fun. And for those of you who had wanted to come this year but weren't able, I really hope you're able to next year. I would recommend it. Again, you'll have to watch as the tables and booths sell to see if there are people that you're interested in seeing, if they're going to vend there. But at this point, I will not, get a booth or table or anything because, again, I don't know. Our lives are so flexible, let's say. I would reserve my hotel room, and then as, things got closer, I would make decisions on, tickets and whatever and all that kind of stuff. But being a consumer, it was just so fun walking around, talking to people. Oh, I was going to say, what y'all couldn't hear is Zolani, because I got off on Yogi. So there were so many people who love Zolani, and they asked me, where'd you get her? And I would say, I painted her. I started saying, from head to toe, I made her everything, her dress and everything. So I did hand out some of my cards. People were really loving her. So many people took pictures of her. At one point when I was videoing for y'all, I was talking about something on a table, and Sarah Melman, I didn't know it was her, but she's like, I'm stealing this baby, and she, grabbed my pram, and I'm like, no, you can't steal her. She's like, but she's so beautiful. So Lonnie was, very, very well received. And, for any of you out there who paint, it's always, a joy when you get people to see your work in person and just admire your work and compliment your work. Because people don't have to. People can just walk past you and not say anything. Nobody's forcing anybody to say anything. So I was really, really happy with how well received she was. And several people wanted to know what her kit was. And when I said Tegan, I know there's another Tegan. I don't know who the sculptor is. Because one person said, oh, that's a newer kit. I said, actually, no, this is an older Laura Lee Eagles kit. And several people who, when I said Tegan, they're like, I didn't realize she was that big. She is 23 inches long. For those of you who don't know, she's a fabulous size. She did get a spot treatment before the show. I don't know if I ever told you all this. I did not seal her limbs when I first did. I did seal her head because obviously I kind of wanted to see how the Genesis heat set paint would do without being matted. Because the matting doesn't, seal the paint per se. It just keeps the shine off. And so I wanted to see how it would hold up without, how, if she would get really shiny compared to my other babies quicker or whatever. But I did seal her head because, once she's rooted, that would be hard to do. But I decided, since, you know, at the show she might be held and touched a lot, I did take her apart and seal up her limbs before we went to the show. And I'm really happy I did. So she got a nice conditioning treatment. I popped her head off. It made it really easy to do her hair. Not that it's hard to do, but, you know, holding her football style over the sink, I do, but it's, you know, easier to do it with her head off. So, which actually, no, I haven't done it because she had a conditioning treatment when I put her together. I've never had to give her one, but I imagine her this long will be, you know, a little cumbersome. So anyway, I did seal her limbs up now. So, but anyway, so overall, I was really, really pleased with the doll show. So very, very happy I went. Again, met so many lovely people. If I didn't say your name and we met, I can't remember everybody's name, but for those of you who I got to see again, it was lovely to see you. For those of you I met for the first time, it was lovely meeting you. And if you are in any of the areas to go to any of the doll shows, the big ones are, you know, the Rose Doll Show in Utah, and then IDTS is now in Florida, and then the Kansas Doll Show is in Wichita. Oh, thunder. We are having storms off and on all day today, ladies. But it was just a really, really well done show. If you saw my last video, you can see there was a lot of talent there, lots of vendors for, you know, you to go around and look. The main dolls were reborns and silicones. There were some cloth dolls there. I did not see any BJD or Blythe dolls there. There were some porcelain dolls there. And then there were a lot of handmade things, clothes and baby bottles, pacifiers, pacifier clips, bracelets. I mean, you name it. There was, you know, so many things. There was one lady, and I wish I had pictures of her booth. She made macrame beds, and I have one already. They were beautiful. They were kind of small. They were little baskets in these macrame. Oh, they were really beautiful. I thought about getting one for a photo prop, but opted not to. But I wish I had photos to share with y'all. Those were lovely, and I'm not even sure which card I have there that belongs to her. But there was just so much to see, and just so many lovely, lovely people. And it was a lot of fun. Again, I'm really, really happy I went, and I will, if I'm, you know, in a reasonable distance, if we're still here, obviously. It was about between 7.5 and 8 hours for us to drive, so it wasn't bad at all. And like I said, we went Thursday because I had a class on Friday, and we left on Sunday. And my husband actually just went back to work. Today is Wednesday. So we had Monday and Tuesday to relax. And then today, so today I did do my laundry yesterday, y'all, because I needed to get a head start because I hadn't, you know, done housework in a long time now. Being gone all that time. So today I cleaned my whole house and ran errands. And so it is late afternoon now. It's got to be going on 4:30, something like that. So, well, probably later than that now because it was about that time when I started this video. So anyway, but I wanted to make this today while all my thoughts are fresh and I could remember names. And so anyway, thank you for stopping by. And I don't know if I know this little baby girl is going to be going home on Monday, so she'll have a box packing next week. And I think there was something else I wanted to make a video about. But anyway, I'm sure I'll be back probably before that airs, because of course that won't air till her mommy gets her. So that'll probably be up next Wednesday or Thursday, depending on, you know, travel times for her. So I'm sure I'll be back before then. But everybody have a blessed evening. I should have prefaced this with, I hope you have a cup of coffee. But I'm sure you saw the time, so you know that. Anyway, everybody, remember to find something each and every day to be joyful for. And we are sending a lot of hugs and love to all of you. Thank you for stopping by. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.